One of the things you sometimes have to deal with when you have chronic is surgeons trying to pimp you on the idea of stealing your colon for their own amusement. And when they do that, they replace it with a little bag that goes on the outside of your body to collect your food waste. It's not a pleasant thing to hear someone talk about, especially around dinner time, so I'm going to use a euphemism. Instead of calling it what it is, I'm going to call it an iPad. I was given lots of promotional literature about the iPad last time I was in hospital. I was given a display model and a user manual. The thing about the brochure they give you for the iPad is it's actually quite like the real brochure for the iPad. You get a good-looking man in his young 30s, he's walking along the beach, and he says, "I love my iPad. It's awesome. Now I can do my business on the go, on the beach, wherever I am, even in my local cafe." It's pretty much the story of me dealing with that illness and sort of getting through that time and wanting to get back into some sort of mainstream kind of existence, even if it's just on the fringes. To the Ayatollah of Iran, you seem like a very grumpy man. I've never once seen you smile. Have you lost touch with your inner child? Well, I'm flying overhead in a bomber plane. I had an album that I launched in 2008 and launched that and got very sick right after. For about a year and a half, I think I was sort of out of the music scene, and so I started writing a lot of stuff that was quite dark, and stuff that I never intended to play to people, but it was stuff I felt like I needed to get out, and it was, I played it to a few people and they found it really funny, and I sort of started working it into the live show. If you need someone to give you loving, make you weak at the knees, I got an app for that. I got an app for that. If you need someone to tell you you're so beautiful, baby, I got an app for that too. I was in hospital for 11 nights last year, sharing a room with a man in his late 80s who had sleep apnea. That's when you involuntarily wake yourself up 300 times during the night because you think you're drowning in your sleep. And tied to that, he had a powerful case of self-loathing, so every time he woke up, he would loudly chastise himself. "Oh, you stupid old man. No, you bloody old fool." And he would make random remarks about different ethnic groups and listen to 2GB on a transistor radio. So it was like sharing a room with a racist wombat. He also had bowel cancer, and he was dying. Now, watching someone die is difficult. It's more difficult than watching So You Think You Can Dance. But if the person is a stranger, it's sometimes less horrible than watching Sunrise on Channel 7.